Hi, my name is Dr. Jackie McIlwain, and I'm the clarinet professor at the University of Southern Mississippi. I am going to perform as well as talk a little bit about the audition requirements for the Mississippi ASBDA Middle School All-State Band Audition. This year is audition year A, so we're going to be going through these different etudes, and I hope that these will provide you with some helpful tips as you prepare for this audition. All right, so we're going to talk about this first etude for bass clarinet. The tempo marking is andante, which has kind of been a tradition to call it the walking tempo. Okay, so not too fast, not too slow. It's just kind of in the middle. We have a lot of articulations within this, so we want to be very detail-oriented when it comes to that. The first measure has a complete slur under all of the notes in there, so we tongue the first note, and the rest of them are not tongued. They're all slurred. Whereas in the second bar, the two quarter notes have a slur and staccato notes, which means that we need to tongue both of those notes. They want it separated yet connected. Kind of a confusing concept, but what I would suggest is making sure that you do articulate them. Making sure that we have the phrases accurate as far as what's on the page. There's lots of crescendos, diminuendos, dynamic markings, and we want to be very detail oriented with that. The more you can exaggerate your dynamic contrast, the better. We want it to be incredibly obvious. I like to think about equating our musicality, like overdoing our phrasing with like clown makeup or stage makeup. When you look up close, it is really, really, really overwhelming. It's very bold. It's, like if you see anyone from a play or an opera or a musical or anything, and you get up close to them and you can see like the contour lines are really, really dark, and maybe they draw their eyebrows way up here, and it's just like super exaggerated. So that way when they're on stage and in the audience, it's going to look like normal makeup. It doesn't look too bold at all. It looks great. So we need to feel like we are playing really, really huge dynamic contrast and phrasing, and it's going to sound great to the audience. It's not going to be overwhelming or too bold. It's going to just be just right. So thinking about that, of course, always be practicing with a metronome, and thinking about these phrases. I like to breathe every 4 bars, but if that is a struggle for you, you could aim to breathe every 2 bars-ish. So perhaps maybe after the second bar, you could take a breath. After the 4th bar, you could take a breath. If you can wait until the 7th bar after the quarter note, the first note, that'd be ideal. And then we have a rest. And then at the end of the second line, before the G sharp, you could take a breath there. And then last line, of course, we have that rest in the second bar. And then if you need to take one more breath before you get to the end, I would do it 3 bars before the end after that C, before you play the 8th notes. That accent on that C, I like to use air for that. I don't like to articulate that. I feel like it will come across, that accent will come across just by holding that first note, and then getting up the 12th, which is that C. So going from the F to the C. That is going to sound like an accent anyway, just because of that huge leap there. So I would not articulate that note. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you learn something from this. I hope these videos have been helpful for you, and I wish you the best of luck at these auditions. I hope that you practice well, practice with that metronome, make sure you're thinking about articulation and phrasing and all the things that we discussed and that you might have heard in the recording. So thank you for joining me and making it this far, and I wish you the best of luck, and I would really love to see you on campus here at USM sometime soon. Thank you.